I sometimes do not like being an Oiler fan in Toronto. I'm not doing it.
Yes, you are.
I'm not doing it.
You're doing it.
I'm not doing
We
it.
had a bet. And you lost. You lost the bet.
You know, this is mostly, my fault today, boys. I've gone to now 4 Oiler games here in Toronto, and Edmonton has lost all 4 of them. Oh, yes, and I'm so sorry. Allow me to explain this. You see, my wife and I made a bet on our way to the game. I thought it would be fun with all the confidence in the world after that Bruins comeback. Hey, when the Oilers win, how about you do the recap in an Oilers jersey? Because I got a couple. And she said, okay, but when Toronto wins, you gotta wear my Matthews jersey. So, I am a man of my word, mostly, and I am not having a good time. And before we kind of get into this, I just want to talk to all the Leafs fans for a second. Just come in for a second. You guys are so classy and so much fun to be around. Whether I'm at the game or I'm at a pub watching the Oilers play or whatever, Leaf fans are always good to me. And we're sitting next to 2 Leaf fans, and literally as I got up from my seat when the game finished and we were walking out, they both looked at me and they're like, sorry about the loss, bud. And I'm like they're apologizing to me that their team beat my team. It's nice. It's why I'm reminded why I enjoy living in Toronto, because the hospitality that Leaf fans have, it's unmatched. They're a great fan base, and they're always fun to be around. I just hate losing next to them in Toronto. Anyways, Edmonton loses 7-4 to the Toronto Maple Leafs here in Toronto. Now, I kind of lost my mind when Ekholm scored. I mean, I love the guy. I was super jacked to get him, and it was just such a perfect goal considering how much Toronto was applying pressure this entire game. As the game went on, we clearly saw just the crumble and fall. And I guess when you're up close, you can see a little bit more of what's going on in the ice. And I don't know why Edmonton was falling everywhere, but stop slipping. Oh my goodness, so many players just kept falling and tumbling over from nothing. And the amount of times that people were bumping into McDavid was at least 2, and that's 2 too many. It's insane. Also, my thoughts are a little bit everywhere. Usually these are like mildly organized. Bud, what are you doing making that pass in front of the net? Like, of course that was gonna go in. Why would you make that pass in the first place? And folks, buddy, I get it. The puck came kind of around you. Your positioning was horrible. You gotta be better. And Stewie, you have to make those saves. Point blank, clear lane, those goals just can't go by you. And Darnell, oh my goodness, you are like the firecracker on this team. You're an intimidating defenseman. You're usually pretty solid. You have to win those battles. And oh my goodness, what happened to the discipline in this game? It was insane. Guys, stop taking so many penalties. Anyways, this game just kind of felt like an exact opposite of last week's game. Edmonton was not in control of the puck. They just let in way too many entries against the Leafs. The Leafs were applying some pretty solid pressure, and I mean, you could literally feel it in the game. Edmonton just started to take way too many penalties, and at some point, things were just going to break. Once Toronto scored, what was it, 4 goals in like 3 minutes, you could literally feel the energy in the building start to shift, and for us Oiler fans, shift for the worse. And you know what? Credit to the Oiler fans. There were a lot of Oiler fans, and there were a lot of kids at the arena whose parents were Leaf fans, but the kids are Leon Draisaitl fans, Connor McDavid fans. So, I mean, that's cool. I like that Edmonton has a group of players that kids consider their favorite players, even though they weren't born in that city or they have no like real attachment to the team. So it's kind of cool to see that. That definitely did make me happy. As far as the on-ice product goes, wasn't a lot that made me happy. I was pretty disappointed. And I mean, okay, I did like the Ekholm goal. It was nice to see him score. Kaner's wraparound with that soft touch McDavid had to get the puck to him, solid. Leo on the power play, of course, that's going in. McDavid with a nice one too. I mean, the goals were good, yes. Toronto just had more, and they had some pretty solid goals. That one goal on the power play where I think it was Marner to Matthews to Johnny and in. That was a solid play and some pretty passing, and yeah, Toronto just outplayed us. Toronto was just jumping on opportunity. They were applying a lot of pressure around the perimeter, and they were just getting pucks on net. They were making some sweet plays. They were the better team. I'm going to leave it at that. I got to get this thing off me. Game 68 against Ottawa in Edmonton on Tuesday. I'm done. I'm out of here.